Da da da. Hello,
Live
everyone, and
on the
welcome
internet.
to the Nerd Ledger. We are the
Yep.
nerds. I'm Cage.
Yep.
That's Chair.
Chair.
Yeah.
Yep. You can
Um.
finally see me because my picture has me in it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like doing that because it's a good picture and really like the dog in the photo. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah. Today we're just gonna talk about nerd news. Chair wasn't here when I talked about all the D23 news, but I'm sure you don't care because it's all like sequels to stuff, and you probably heard most of it already.
Mm.
But I also talked about the drama happening with the former showrunner for X-Men '97.
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard about any of that.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I saw that news. That's right.
Yeah.
And he was like, he got posted for posting something woke, right, or whatever, and they freaking
No. Well,
or
so he says it was because he posted something, and then Disney's like, well, that's not like essentially he was claiming that Disney is going to pull his credit for season 2 because he wrote a
mm,
lot of those scripts.
mm,
They're going to pull his credit because
yeah.
he posted like a gay pride picture or something.
Mm,
And then Disney was like, no, we did it because we have an agreement with you, pretty much. Like, this was released to like Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or some shit, and like they
mm,
pretty much said like we had an agreement with him where he wouldn't talk about the show, and
mm,
yet he continued to talk about the show, and now as a result of that, we're stripping his credit for season 2. And then it was announced, well, pretty much like it's pretty clear, like if you're going to strip his credit, you have to rewrite most of those scripts because if you're going to use his scripts, you have to give him credit. So there's like all that, and then like he was like saying, like his lawyer will be involved with this stuff or whatever. I don't know. It's very drama filled, but then pretty much like there's like an insider who was like, well, like the reports are that he would like send like pictures of him and like wearing almost nothing but like in a superhero pose with like Cyclops goggles on or something, like to like other people he worked with, like and stuff, and like he had like apparently groped somebody. I don't know. There's no anything about that.
yeah.
Like that's a report. Like we don't know what the truth of any of that is. Um, and like if it is true, is it one of those things where people should be like alarmed that Disney only fired him and like stayed quiet about it or something? I don't know. I don't have the answers to those
Yeah.
things, but
Well, first off, like, those things are things that need, like, they're very serious, but they also need, we have, like, a court system and, like, laws and all that good shit. So, it's important to, like, include that in on this conversation as well. Like,
yeah, I mean,
if he hasn't been found guilty in a court of law,
if
it's,
people
like,
had pressed
it's
charges,
all
I'm sure that would have been released, but we don't know
yeah,
like what Disney's
it's all
involvement is with
speculation.
that. Because there's a funny story that came out. Have you ever seen did you watch South Park at all?
Yeah, I love South Park, yeah.
You see the episode where like Kyle ends up being part of a human centipede
Yeah,
because they just agree to
yeah,
the iTunes like terms of service or
yes.
whatever, and like they
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what's in
you're
them.
talking about the Disney Plus drama, right?
I
Or,
am,
like,
I am, yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. That was
so
all over the news. Like, I feel like if Disney Plus subscriptions drop in a week because it comes like social media mass story,
oh, that's
like,
that's the beauty of it. Listen,
yeah,
listen. Pretty much for people who don't know, right? This guy and his wife, they went to Disneyland or Disney World. I don't know which. It's not important to the story. They went there. Like his wife has like these severe allergies. They did all this stuff to like make sure like she would be okay. She wasn't okay. She died of like anaphylaxis or something like. And so this guy wanted to file a wrongful death suit against Disney because his wife was killed at one of their parks because they didn't properly, whatever, right? And so Disney said that, well, you agreed pretty much to our terms of service when you signed up for Disney Plus, which say that you can't hold us liable for things like this, more or less. And before anyone, to your point, Chair, before people go out and start canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions, this guy got the free trial and never upped it again.
yeah,
He agreed at the time
Yeah, that's what I read. He only subscribed in the new. I listened to this business news show called the Morning Brew. It's like,
Yeah.
they it's sometimes they have good things, sometimes they have bad things. Like it's pretty normy most of the time. But I do enjoy listening to it. Yeah. And it's just I really think that it's just it was only a month. Like it's crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, the
Like
guy got like the free trial, with one of
yeah,
his 30,000 email addresses to get free trials,
yep.
and their Disney essentially moved to get the case dismissed, because of that, and and obviously, even you've heard about it. So there's a bunch of uproar, a bunch of backlash. And so the latest news is that Disney has reversed course on its bid to block the wrongful death
Well,
lawsuit.
didn't a freaking judge overturn it or something like that? Like, didn't they go to a court or something like that to make an
You would
appeal?
imagine that if it had got to that point, the judge would. But the news is, this was from a
They
couple of
roll they
days
rolled
ago.
up they rolled over immediately, didn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Like,
So it
yeah.
says, I'll just read the article. Disney has reversed course on a wrongful death lawsuit brought by the widower of a woman who died after eating at a resort restaurant, saying the matter can now proceed to court. Previously, Walt Disney Parks and Resorts had argued in court documents that the widower's Disney Plus streaming service contract means he cannot sue for the alleged wrongful death of his wife. In the lawsuit, plaintiff Jeffrey Piccolo alleged that his late wife, oh my god, I'm going to say this wrong. Kinakporn Tangsuan suffered a fatal allergic reaction from a meal she ate at a park restaurant in 2023, but Disney tried to get the lawsuit tossed by asking the court to move the dispute to arbitration, meaning the case would not go before a jury or otherwise continue in court. Disney's argument was that Piccolo had allegedly entered into a subscriber agreement when signing up for a Disney Plus trial years ago, which requires users to arbitrate all disputes with the company. Company lawyers also claim that because Piccolo used the Walt Disney Parks website to buy Epcot Center tickets, Disney is shielded from a lawsuit from the estate of Piccolo's late wife. In a statement sent to CNN on Monday, Josh D'Amaro, the chairman of Disney Experiences, said the company was waiving its right to arbitration. He said, "At Disney, we strive to put humanity above all other considerations. With such unique circumstances as the ones in this case, we believe this situation warrants a sensitive approach to expedite a resolution for the family who have experienced such a painful loss. As such, we have decided to waive our right to arbitration and have the matter proceed in court." In a statement to CNN, Piccolo's lawyer, Brian Denny, said that though Disney had withdrawn its motion to arbitrate, those legal clauses still exist across Disney's platforms, including on its streaming services and park entrance tickets, posing a similar legal risk for other people in Piccolo's position. He said, "Attempts by corporations like Disney to avoid jury trials should be looked at with skepticism."
They should.
He said, calling jury trials a bedrock of our judicial system. Piccolo will now
Like,
continue pursuing the case in court, he said. Last week, after Disney's initial argument, Denny had called the move preposterous, so outrageously unreasonable and unfair as to shock the judicial conscience.
absolutely. Like, absolutely. Like, as soon as it just comes out, like, yeah, he was only subscribed for a month, and this was 6 years ago. I think that's the thing, right? It was like 6 or 7 years ago that he subscribed to Disney Plus. Absolutely insane. Absolutely
Yeah,
crazy.
it was years ago.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's just nuts, man.
Yeah. Piccolo's
Like,
lawyers also noted that the widower believed he had only signed up for a month-long streaming trial, as it appears he canceled the subscription before he was ever charged. He's also seeking damages in excess of $50,000 pursuant to Florida's Wrongful Death Act, as well as damages for mental pain and suffering, loss of companionship and protection, loss of income, and medical and funeral expenses. And that answers the question that it obviously occurred in Florida because that's what the law.
the Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah, Disney World. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
man. I just when you're in law, one thing is like, eventually at some point, if a case is serious, it'll be jury. Well, I think Disney was thinking that they'll tell this guy, well, actually, you signed the they're pushing their glasses up, right? Well, actually, you signed an agreement 7 years ago saying you have to settle with us out of court and you can't plead for all these rewards and shit. Like, I forgot what it's called specifically, but like your plea, when you file the plea for the judge, right? You also file with that plea. You also file like all the things that you basically that you want. And it's just really, really bad optics, man. I don't know what their attorneys were thinking publishing that shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's just so like part of going a law, part of our legal system, an essential part of our legal system is like you'll be before appear like a jury of your peers,
Yeah.
right? They grab a bunch of jobbers off the street and they shove them into a courtroom. They don't get compensated for this. They get a free lunch. And they're told that like and also if their jobs fire them because of jury duty, like they can sue. Like it's just how it works, right? But it's just the system. You need to have good optics going in. If they took this to trial and they proved, yeah, dude, this guy was only subscribed for 1 month, and 7 years later, Disney's trying to pull legal jargon on them.
Yeah.
Like that would freak people out because think of all the people in that jury stand that probably have Disney Plus and subscribe to it right now,
Yeah.
And man, it's just bad stuff. No good. Don't do that. Don't do that, Disney. Don't be dumb. Supposed to fill us with wholesomeness, not actually make us think that you're gonna be like frickin' Cyberpunk 2077ing up in this bitch with your own private corporate armory, well, actually, when you step into Disneyland, you sign an agreement giving your life and soul and firstborn away to the clone of Walt Disney we freed infants to in the basement of a Matterhorn. It's just
Yeah.
people, yeah.
Yeah. Your newborn children just have to stand the bobsleds 24/7.
Yep.
So
So Walt Disney won't randomly grab them. Will reach in, is legally allowed to reach in, grab them out, and like take them down to his basement dwelling where he like bathes in the blood of children or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
yeah.
So
It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
so
So
yeah, good looks, guys. It's really important these days, especially on social media, because consumers can protest. Like they can. They don't want to, but they can. Like
well, yeah.
if everyone stopped freaking, if I knew everyone unsubscribed to Disney Plus today, like or at least like 1/4 of their user base is unsubscribed, it would be a huge financial blow to the company. Maybe
Well, I
not like a
mean,
super massive one, but still like it would be like, okay, guys, we're sorry, you know.
yeah, I think they're already, not. I think they already desire for more subscribers. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But in other news, apparently, before they changed Avengers 5 from the Kang Dynasty to Doomsday, Shang-Chi was meant to be one of the lead people in the movie. Now that's changed. Obviously, the writer has been replaced, or the director has been replaced, and that director whatever. Anyway, so apparently that was a thing. I don't know if that's true or not, but also apparently Robert Downey Jr. Coming back as Doctor Doom, that process started a year ago, so that's been a long time in the making. Which I don't know if that makes you feel better because it's like it wasn't just on a whim, or if that makes you feel worse because you're just like,
It makes me feel worse because I just don't think it's a good idea. And I think that part of the charm of Avengers was that it introduced us to new actors that had a chance to really shine and like go above and beyond, into true actual stardom. And Robert Downey Jr. already had his time, and I think they needed a new, fresh face for Doctor Doom. And there are tons of good actors out there that are ready to have a new big role as a big villain, right?
yeah.
Because he was famous in X-Men. Let's see. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Ian McKellen
Wait, in the
as
first X-Men, Hugh Jackman was
the
no, he wasn't that famous in the first X-Men.
I know, but the X-Men started making them famous, right?
Oh,
Like
well, Ian McKellen was
it
famous
helped.
before that though, but yeah.
Yeah, and Ian McKellen and but still
Patrick
like
Stewart.
good actors play good villains, right? So there's that too, and I just think there's a lot of good acting out there, and I just don't want to see Robert Downey Jr. I don't.
Yeah.
I think he had his time as Iron Man, and I think he transformed the role, and then Iron Man is the main block. It's the cornerstone in the Avengers series, right? It's the thing. It's the foundation that the rest of the series is built on. That set the quirky tone with the quirky humor. That set the tone. Sometimes it can be really serious and have things like blood and gore that does happen in the Avengers quite a bit. That
Yeah.
set the tone that sometimes the hero fails and like it's like that's the focus of the movie for 40 minutes is their personal failures.
Yeah, and there are definitely
So
deeper underlying themes with that as well. Like weapons manufacturing kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yep, absolutely.
So yeah. Also, Joker Filet Adu director
Filet
Todd
Adu.
Phillips has pretty much said that he's not interested in making a third one, which I don't think is news. But it's just like this weird obsession. Like people
When
get
does that movie
mad.
come out?
It comes out in October.
Okay, we're
But
gonna see that, right? Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People get mad about like there's so many sequels and everything is like, IP, driven now these days and all this stuff and like whatever. But at the same time, everybody wants sequels to everything. So
Mm.
like I don't know why they're mad and I don't know why they want sequels. Like some things don't need a season 2, some things don't need a sequel. Um it's just the reality of it. Like we don't need perpetual storytelling in everything. So the second movie hasn't even come out yet, and there's already an article about whether there's going to be a third. I don't get that, but anyway. Speaking of season twos, the Acolyte will not be getting one. Uh, that
Yeah.
was like
Oof.
to me that wasn't surprising. But you know you have people that will celebrate that, and then you also have people that will be like, "Oh, well, I would have liked to see more in this world." I've seen articles posted about like it deserved a season 2, and like justice wasn't
Same.
done.
That's
And
how it is on my Star Wars game that I play. I'm playing it right now. Like, when the Acolyte was announced, there was a bunch of people that said either, well, fuck this, like, woke bullshit, fuck Disney, but fuck this, fuck that, usual typical bullshit. And then there was a group of people like, well, I like people like the High Republic, like, they like like the Acolyte. It felt very Star Warsy,
yeah,
it really did. With all the practical effects and the aliens and going to different planets and like the lightsaber battles and the kind of over dramaticism of some things, I just think that I think that I can understand why I didn't get a season two because to be honest with you, you and I weren't we liked it, but we were very we need to excite the public to get a season two. And you're right, everybody wants a season two. I don't blame them though. It's like why do you want a good story to end? And it's hard to end good things, and sometimes writers don't write proper endings, so they carry in a season two.
yeah. I mean, they so there was I see like a delay. Is there a delay?
Uh, say something.
Yeah, I think there's a massive delay.
Yeah, there's a delay again. Yeah.
Ugh. I restarted Discord and uploaded like 15 fucking whatever those things are called updates. I updated this thing OBS.
Mm.
Bro, I updated everything. Why is my computer dog shit?
That's just how it be sometimes. We could just go no video though and just talk. That's fine too.
Wait. Oh shit. Yeah, well, it is what it is. But I see the delay in OBS as well.
I don't know what that
It's
means.
very weird. So like when I talk, um, I see the mic moving late, like the volume.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The delay's not that bad. Yeah. It's like
We go
3 seconds.
play it by ear. Some shit like our ancestors used to.
Exactly. But yeah, the Acolyte's been canceled, more or less, and something they did, which I think a lot of series do it, where they kind of like tie in little things to make you look forward to season 2, like Plagueis and Yoda and stuff like showing up at the end. Like
I saw a
to me,
really
that
funny
stuff's all
meme.
unnecessary.
Yeah, I saw. Sorry, I just interrupted. I saw a really funny meme. That was like the backdrop of Yoda they showed in the series, and there was like, "We'll never know who this guy was." That's pretty funny. I think that's pretty funny. Uh, so anyway, please
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
Sorry
Well, I
for
mean,
just derailing your whole shit.
no, you're fine. You're fine. So like, lots of series do this. To me, it's like I don't know if it's they're doing it because they want to leave little breadcrumbs and treats for the viewers, or because they have no confidence in their writing to like make people interested in a season 2 based off of the
Mm.
story they're telling. Because like Plagueis hiding out in a cave doesn't necessarily like whether you see him or not, it doesn't affect the story, and whether you see Yoda at the very end or not doesn't affect the story that they were
Yeah.
telling. They're just like seedlings for next season.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, also Would you
And I don't
agree
know, like it would make
that
sense for Yoda to be there, you know, for him to be like presented this information about what happened when 12 Jedi get cut down viciously. I think he would want like, a briefing on why that happened. So there's that too. Just put that out there.
that is true? That is true.
Anyway, please continue.
Would you agree that the best Marvel thing Sony's ever done is Across the Spider Verse and Into the Spider Verse?
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
well, it might disappoint you to learn then that the creators of those movies and the people that were doing Spider-Man Noir at Amazon for Sony, um,
All got fired.
they're out. I wouldn't say they're fired. Um,
Mm.
Apparently there was a massive dispute between them and Sony over the budget for the Spider-Man Noir live action series, and yeah, phew.
Yeah, man. All I can think
Yeah.
about is that Batman Beyond animated series that we're never gonna get. Makes me too depressed to think about anything else. Why can't we have good things?
Ye-
Why can't things in this life be easy and calm and good? And why can't we get cool, awesome things that are badass, like Batman Beyond animated, like it's freaking Into the Spider Verse? We're never gonna get that. Instead, we're only gonna get pain and
No,
misery and suffering. That's all we're
that's
guaranteed in this
true.
life.
Exactly. Yeah. So according to a report, Sony is unlikely to continue their overall deal with the Lego Movie and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse filmmakers Phil
Oh
Lord and
man,
Chris
and like
Miller.
the Lego
The
movie's
reports
a
suggest
casualty in this bullshit. God damn it, dude! It's like getting kicked in the teeth and then getting kicked in the head and then getting kicked in the teeth again. This sucks.
the
Lego Batman
report
was so good.
suggests. Yeah, the report suggests that Sony, who tapped the two in the hopes of getting getting a Spider-Man TV universe set up, are unsatisfied with getting just one show, Spider-Man Noir, out of the Spider-Verse and have clashed with Lord and Miller over budgets. Silk Spider Society, the first series put into development under the overall deal, failed to move forward after 2 years of development, and The Walking Dead's Angela Kang as showrunner. Sony's luck with Spider-Man spin-off projects has been spotty. The Venom films have done very well for the studio, but Morbius and Madam Web have been utter dog shit.
Yeah,
The article didn't say that part.
it's Mormon time. Remember Madam Web? Oh, that movie that I saw. No, I didn't. No, I didn't see it. Nobody saw Madam Web. Did
No,
you see Madam
no,
Web?
nobody saw
No,
it.
no,
Nobody
nobody
saw
saw
it.
Madam. Wow, nobody saw Madam Web. Confirmed. Not a single living human being saw Madam Web.
Yeah, yeah. I think the movie made like $13 at the box office.
Better than Borderlands. But I guess it's coming to streaming on the 30th.
Oh yeah, yeah. People, yeah. Whew. Like I saw an
Yeah.
article. I remember you said you wanted to see Borderlands. I don't know if you actually saw it, but I saw an
No, I
article. The
haven't seen it yet.
headline
I want
was
to, but I don't know if I'm gonna see it in
the
theaters now. If
headline
it's gonna be in
was
August. Go ahead.
yeah, the headline was something like Borderlands isn't just the worst movie of the year; it's most likely the worst movie of the decade.
Ooh.
That's
Hate it.
tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I can
guy's
just say
calling
this. I'm a
me, and
huge
I would
Border.
put him on blast on here, but I'm not going to.
Okay, I'm just gonna rant. I love Borderlands. It sucks that this movie didn't do well. Borderlands is a very important franchise to me. It's a very quirky gamer franchise. It's just, I don't know, helped me get through a lot of hard times in my life. I know there are potential other viewers that have listened to the show who have the same thing with Borderlands. Borderlands is a very special place in my heart, and it breaks my heart that the movie was absolutely garbage because Borderlands is one of those movies that could have absolutely made the jump, no problem. You just take all the games and you mash them together, and you don't like worry about like what game came out first or anything like that. Like you just have all the villains in one movie, and you just have all the Vault Hunters in one movie, and they all get together and go on an epic adventure to find the Vault of Pandora. And I
Hmm.
just don't understand why it's so hard to do these things that are so simple. Like DC, like you and I constantly rail about this with DC. Like they're sitting on a gold mine, right? They're sitting on a gold mine, and they're harvesting it with dynamite, and then they're just picking up chunks of rock instead of like mining it with precision because mining with precision is hard and blowing things up with dynamite is easy. And it just sucks that like some of our favorite franchises get caught in this like shitty fucking awful black pit void that they just can't get pulled out of. Anyway, I ran over.
Yeah.
Something about say
Did
something
you
positive.
did you watch Gamescom?
No, I haven't. I've seen there's a lot of cool things though, like that series. I love Death and Robots. If you ever watched it before, I would sit down with your lady and watch it some night if you're ever bored. It is really good. And so I'm excited that they're making like a video game series about that. That'll be cool. But I've seen some other like tidbits and shit. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, so that's what the news really is this new series, this anthology series, where each episode tells a story set in a specific game universe, including both new titles that they showed and some of the most classic series of all time. And yeah, so it is called Secret Levels or Secret Level. And some of the games that will be shown on the series include Pac-Man, Warhammer 40K, Conquered, Mega Man, Unreal Tournament, New World Aeternum, Armored Core, Spelunky, Honor of Kings, Sifu, Dungeons and Dragons, The Outer Worlds, Crossfire, and Exodus.
Warhammer 40K animated short by a professional studio. Let's go. I'm ready. Yep.
Yeah. So that was interesting news. But also, just today, a trailer was released for War of the Rohirrim, which is coming out in December.
I need to check that out.
I don't know if you watched the trailer.
I did not.
It's kind of intertwined with some of the Lord of the Rings footage from the movies, kind of like to show people we're going back to Middle Earth kind of stuff. But yeah, it's out there. Speaking of which, a week from today is the return of the Rings of Power.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna have stuff to dunk on
Season
soon.
2 starts next. Yeah.
Is it all?
Also,
is it all at once?
No, one episode a week. It's really stupid.
Ugh.
Yeah. But you know what they're doing is in certain cities they're showing the first episode of season 2 the day before next Wednesday the 28th in a theater. And it's free. And all you have to do is go on the website and like say you want to go and click how many tickets you want, 1 or 2, and then you can like go. I got 2 because I was like gonna go with my wife, and then she said, "Oh, I'm doing a thing with coworkers that night, and so now I'm going alone."
Oh. Well, at least you'll be seeing a cool movie.
It's not even a movie. It's episode 1 of the Rings of Power season 2.
Well, at least if it's disappointing, you'll be there to know if it was disappointing or not.
Yeah, but if it's disappointing, it's better like to have my wife there so we can be disappointed together, or she could tell me why she enjoyed it, and then it'll bring joy to me, even if I didn't like it.
Yep.
So like I would invite someone else, but I don't have any friends. You're not going to drive out here to go watch an hour of a show that isn't that great anyway. And
yeah. Well,
it
could be great.
I literally
like,
don't know anyone else who watches the show.
Oh, not even Phoenix or whatever?
No, she doesn't watch it.
Oh. Okay. I thought you said like your new.
She's never seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, I thought you said your new dude was trying to get her started on Lord of the Rings, but I guess maybe that never happened. Or...
Yeah, well, no, I actually think she did watch them, but I don't know how much she cares about them.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Anyway, what else?
But yeah,
we don't have a lot to talk about this week, right? Because there's like just a bunch of news, and the Acolyte got canceled, and that sucks. But honestly, I think you and I probably saw it coming, or at least we saw that they were gonna get. I thought they were gonna get season 2, and then it was gonna get canceled. But I guess it's just maybe the viewership is really low. Like the most important thing other than the viewership is like the reviewership. A lot of episodes, and especially on streaming, usually get restreamed. And I just think if that number is really low, the number of restreams, that's the true nip or bud. Like that's when you choose the true nip. That's when they decide to just cut it.
Yeah, it was either gonna get hate watched into a season 2, or it was gonna get hate watched into cancellation. So it got the other one, got the cancellation one. The other thing, it's not really news, but maybe to some people's news. Deadpool and Wolverine is the highest grossing rated R movie of all time officially. And so there's been a lot of stuff about that, but not surprising at all. We all saw that coming. We all saw that coming the second it was announced. Let's be honest.
Yep.
So.
What else is there
and to
to
that
talk
point,
about?
Nothing really. But to your point about rewatchability, that's how movies break records like this. Is people go to see them multiple times, and because they're that good, right? Like it's kind of, the secret, the Krabby Patty secret formula to making movies
Rewatchability. Like I really want to go see Deadpool and Wolverine again, but I just don't have like the funds to go see movies all the time because I got to get popcorn. Like it's essential, like hot popcorn with butter, man, with hot butter. It's just required, and a cool drink.
Yeah, you gotta wait till like you get like sent coupons or something, or find coupons online so you can get like a free small popcorn or something.
Yeah, one of these days. But
one of these days.
I'm definitely gonna watch it again when it comes out on streaming because it was that good, and also because I wanted to take notes because it told a really interesting story about like characters that are left behind from other sagas. About like the nature of those stories and about like it's almost about like their fan bases in a way, right? I think that's more like than anything what it was about was their fan bases.
Yeah. Well,
so
because the actual story of the movie is like not that great. Like it's like, oh, Vanessa's like, oh, you need to go. I can't be with you. You're not gonna.
You're a loser. You're at the end of your rope, Deadpool. Like it was a joke. Like the story was a joke. Like the main plot of the movie itself was a joke, but it was about Deadpool interacting with these other plots. That was more magical.
Yeah. And the first two Deadpool movies didn't have like the best plots either. Like they're not there for the plot. Like you're not there because you care about the story that's being told necessarily. Like you're there to watch Deadpool kill people in very creative ways and say some funny shit. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, there's really nothing else. And if we can always bounce out early if you want. What I'm saying, like.
Yeah, do it for one today, but because next week we'll have tons of stuff to talk about, obviously, because we're watching Rings of Power. What days it come out? Tuesday, you said?
No, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. So, maybe do a Friday. Maybe I'll do a Friday show or something like that, or Saturday or something.
Yeah, or something. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's everything for this week, which is good because the delay is fucking annoying as shit. But hopefully everyone has enjoyed. Please leave a like. Subscribe, please. Click the buttons, do the things. We'll see you next week. Bye.